I am going to be showing you a simple way of doing a Dedi box or trough floor. Now these lumps of grass are going to get in the way a little bit, but hopefully it won't be too bad. No, just going to have to put up with it. Now, if you've already got flooring down, I still think you can do this. You just have to. So the first thing you want to do, fence foundation. Now, as I said, if you've already got floor down, hang on, my character's going to start, then you can attach this to the foundation. So say the foundation was here, you just attach it to the left of it, make sure the arrows are facing this way. And you probably want to get rid of that foundation and anything around it. So once you've got it down, you want to put a pillar on the left, a ceiling tile in this snap point, now I am using a mixture of metal and tech here, and then you want to put 3 railings down. That grass might be a bit annoying. Now, this is where you need to be the perfectionist, but I'm only going to do this quickly. So you want to line up this as perfect as you can, so there's no gap. And you notice it's the same height as the bottom railing, because the railing is actually the height of a Dedi box. And what you're doing here is creating the upper floor. So this will be going around the Dedi boxes, and now we need to create the lower floor. And to do that, you want to get rid of this pillar and the fence foundation support, because you're going to snap one onto this foundation that you've just made, but you want the arrows to face away from it. So you flip it, whatever the button is for you. For me, PS5 is triangle. And then you create another one that way, again with the arrows facing away from the foundation. Then you want to remove this one. It's quite hard in third person. And that creates a perfect gap of the foundation, which is going to allow you to create a secondary snap point over here. But before you do that, you need a pillar again. And now you do the Dedi box floor. So we'll just do it 3 by 3. Get rid of this. Build your upper floor around it. I'm doing it in third because it's a little easier to measure some parts of it, or you can use the orbital camera. But it's very annoying when snapping stuff into place. So there's your floor. And what you want to do to help you line it up perfectly is place a ladder down, jump on the ladder. It's done it the other way around, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Jump on the ladder, jump off the ladder, pick it up. Carefully, don't move your character at all. Make sure the Dedi box is changed to free placing mode. Now you're dead center, so you just want to walk forward until you reach the ends. Go as close as you can. and then go left as far as you can. And then enable the snapping, and you can fit the rest of your Dedi boxes in. And if we go into, you can see it's perfectly lined up with the floor. So again, if you've already got flooring down, you can attach it like that. And then remove the flooring. And then do exactly what I just did again. And that's how you do your Dedi and troughs as well. And this won't create like a lump. Once it goes over it, it'll be absolutely fine. Once you use the ladder trick to get it all set up, it's just it's quite simple from there. Hopefully that helps, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So how would I do it in this one? So I'd have to do that. Then I'd have to go like that. Interesting. Right, Cass and Simon. Simon, you've not asked for this, but Cass has. But it's just in case you also want to know. Because you can do it for your outside breeding area, Simon, if you're putting foundations down at least. If you're not, then you probably won't worry too much. The only issue is I don't know how to do this when you've already got your flooring down, but you might be able to figure it out. So what you'll need is pillars, quarter walls, fence foundation, and obviously foundations. So the first thing you want to do is place down your fence foundation support. And this is why I don't know how you would do it if it's pre-built. You might be able, these can snap to foundations, so that might be the way you do it. And the arrows would be facing away from you, so they'll be facing that way. And you want to pop a pillar on the side, normal height, and a ceiling tile in this snap point. Then you want to put 3 railings down. And what we're going to build now is the upper floor. And you probably want to go into third. And you want to line this up with that railing as straight as possible. So that is probably as straight as I'm going to get it. But you can always check. Yeah, I think that's decent enough. And now you want to get rid of the pillar. That will collapse everything. And you also get rid of the foundation support. And now what you're going to build is a lower floor. And to do that, you want fence foundation, but you want the arrows away from the foundation. So you press triangle. You see the arrows have changed. Place it. And you want to put another one in that snap point. Again, arrows facing away. And then you want to remove this one. And that creates a gap the size of a foundation. And now you're going to do your lower floors. Now in order to do that, you need to put a pillar down. It can be either side, it don't matter. You could probably put it, you wouldn't put it in the middle, I don't think. And you'll notice when you snap it in a foundation, it's low, which means you can now put one there, 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 as long as you're not standing on it like an idiot. And there's your Dedi floor. Get rid of the pillar. You got to keep the foundation support though. And then build your upper floor around the area. And then you've got to use the ladder trick. Oh no. Please don't disconnect. Good. So, snap a ladder in. Climb up it. Okay, it's done it the other way around, that's fine. Climb up it. I've just moved my character. That's climb up it, get off. Keep still, get your Dedi box ready, make sure it's in free placing mode. And you notice, especially when you go into that, it's straight. Walk forward, make sure you don't move. Go as close to the edge as possible. And then do the same that side. I mean, you could turn down your sensitivity if need be. I think I might have accidentally moved my character. Put your Dedi box in. Enable snapping. And then you'd fill in the rest. And you can see how flush that is, which is why I think it's the best way of doing it. You can't get rid of the gap between the Dedi and the flooring. That's impossible, so you always have that little gap. But when you walk on it, you're not going up or down, and that's how you know when it's completely flat. And that is how you do a Dedi floor. So if you want to see it again, don't be a dickhead. Excuse me. So you've got your fence foundation support down with the arrows facing that way. You snap a pillar on, snap a ceiling tile there, and you want 3 railings going down. Go into third, line this up as straight as you possibly can till it hits the railing. Doesn't matter if it goes over, as long as there's no gap to the left or the right and it's the same height, which it will be. Get rid of the pillar. Get rid of the foundation support. Snap a foundation support, but with the arrows facing that way. Snap another one that side. Get rid of this one. Shove a pillar. Build your lower floor. Get rid of the pillar. Get really annoyed at the fact that that keeps happening. Complete your upper floor. Do the ladder trick. Okay, now it snaps it in. Fucking thing. Jump off the ladder. Jump on, jump off. Try not to move your character. Take snapping away and make sure it's in free mode. Walk forward to the end. It should be dead center. Line it up. place your Dedi box down, enable snapping, and you've got a Dedi floor with no gaps and completely flush. And then to finish it off, you do, this is very important, you do the hula dance. And that's it. Good luck. Hello, and welcome to Crash Strauss. Yes, Crash Strauss, because it crashes all the time. But I thought I'd do a bit of a base tour. I am not the designer of the base. I will put in the description or comments of the video or the original person who designed it. It's called the Modern Tech Bunker. I believe there's an actual video of it looking like an actual tech bunker or a bunker using a mod called Bunker Skins. And then there's this version which is exactly the same, except he skinned it differently with a more modern look. Now the only thing I've done is change the rooms around and decorated it differently. But I thought I'd do a tour anyway. So I've downsized and I'm no longer in a big box space, which you may or may not have seen a video from. And this time I actually have an outside raising area. And my cloners attached to cliff platforms. So if you're brand new to Ark, or you're looking for some inspiration, so you are a complete beginner, this is usually how I set up a raising area. I have my carts on top, and I've got 2 of them, just because of the amount of troughs that I've got. As you can see, I've got 3 wide. And then I create a little space for 2 maize to sit either side, which are also full of the meat. The ramp's going up. And 1 cart I've got fridges on which are full of meat. And I usually have a robot set up which takes out the spoiled meat. But at the moment I'm in the middle of just getting as many narcotic berries grown as I can. And my greenhouse is there. And I've got another one in the distance. I'm getting ready for the Christmas event because I'll be taming lots of different colours. So the robot would take out the spoiled meat, and obviously the meat in those fridges would automatically drop. But at the moment I'm just taking spoiled out manually. And that is a raising area. But we'll take a quick look at the greenhouse. I'm not going to say I designed it, because there's probably someone who's done a build very similar, like a cone shape. I just fancy something differently. Something different, not differently. And that's what it looks like inside. So Nothing special. Although I can never... My robot loves to hide behind here. Can you fall outside? No, you can't. Hopefully the idiot won't get stuck now. They are dumb. There you go, he's found the fridge. Well done. So that's the greenhouse. And of course I closed off the areas, put spikes at the top, and I've got a series of different turret guns all around, just in case. I've got a little metal area here which goes directly to the metal cave right in front of a forge. This particular build has lots of roof space, but I've just used it for water tanks. And this is what it looks like from the outside. So the mods I am using is seamless white structures. Pretty obvious what that is, it's for the white. I've got Architect Paradise for the glass and the black marble. And then I have modern structure skins for the flooring, which you'll see inside. And for the spotlights is the new country style structures. As we go in, you've got a little bit of a crafting and storage area, but not a big one, with the replicator in the middle. And then I've just made a shortcut to the vein and drop areas with the dinosaurs needed. There's my storage. That's all my blueprints. There was a massive bit of lag there. Then we go out into the main crafting area. Got all the machinery and Dedi boxes absolutely full. And this is what my greenhouse combined with the other one has made in one day so far. So I am getting ready to go and tame some event colours, hopefully. And then we've got another secondary one there. This is more for the kind of like high level materials. And this goes directly to a underwater cave where I get the majority of the metal from. As to my chibi display room where I've got quite, and I've still got some Easter ones which I didn't realise I had, which is great. But I would say probably my favourite one would be the bulldog with the pumpkin on its head. I think that's amazing. Now we go upstairs, it is literally just the living quarters. I had a spare room which I could have used for more storage, but I turned it into like a makeshift living room. And this bit here, which I will probably turn into storage, or put my cryo fridges up here. But at the moment, I've just got the island boss dermis. But if eventually I do the other ones, I might keep this as a little display area. And we've got the outside balcony, which looks onto the raising area. Again, I don't use the roof for anything. There's no point in looking around. Here we go straight through. It stops lagging. And we've got my living room. And then you go upstairs and it is the bedroom. You go right to the very top. You got the cinema using the movie night mod, which is pretty cool. And that is my base. So it has access to everything, so it's easy access from here to get up to the living quarters, back to the raising area. I've got my TP set up. I've got a load more in the yards directly to places I need to go. We just go across. This is literally just down the cliff. We've got my I'm not going to call it a shop because it's not a shop. This is where I keep all my dinos. And as you can see, I do have quite a collection, ever growing. It's a mixture of old stats, so a lot of these are actually wild that I've just got in events, and then the top stats are over here, and I do have a fridge full of babies. Unfucking believable.